Yeah.
You're dancing
Everybody
because we're
have
live?
fun tonight.
It's
What?
actually working.
hmm
How hard did you crank the computer this
Oh,
afternoon?
oh man. I had to kick the computer a few times to get it to start. Good
Did you?
evening, everybody.
Slam it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I'm hearing echo because I'm actually listening to myself because of the. If I got a new mic, it doesn't look new, but it's a new Yeti. I'll talk about that too on the show. So yeah, everybody getting
Sure.
here. How's everybody doing? It is a great Tuesday, nice chilly Tuesday
Chili.
here in in Michigan. That's where I'm at. And these guys have me in Michigan too, but not everybody. We've got guests tonight, and they're filling up the green room right now. If there were chips back there in the green room, I'm pretty sure they would have eaten them all the tater chips, not potato chips, tater chips,
Potato
all,
chips.
all of the sandwiches.
All the M&Ms.
Yeah, if we had an actual green room, I'd have tacos back there. Then I never tacos and fried chicken. Oh gosh. Tom's comic book and review says, "Hey, hi, thanks for hanging out with us, Tom. We're gonna roll the intro and get right into it because we got a lot of questions to answer and we got a lot of topics to discuss after this beautiful, beautiful intro, which I'm about to run
Lot going on.
right now.
Going on. Hanging on. Are we there?
What's up, everybody?
And we have background music.
Oh yeah, that was Rob. He's probably getting something
Is that
together.
Rob?
Probably,
No.
maybe. I'm not sure.
I think the TV's back on.
Let's see here. Rob?
Not me. I'm on mute.
Oh, not you? Okay, you're on mute. Okay. All right. Well, it's fine. It's fine.
You're going to have to turn your mic up then. Because you're
Me?
barely a whisper in my ear.
Me?
Yeah.
Are you serious? I'm the loudest person here.
I'm not serious, but
Let's see. How's that?
If you're any more serious, you'd be a star.
So everybody, welcome. This is Indie Vote. It is. I swear it is. And we got guests tonight. Lots and lots of guests, which is good because shows with guests are a lot more fun. I get to ask questions, and we get to look at their books and talk to them about their books. Except for Rob, he's here to complain to us and yell at me.
Sounds like Rob.
Yeah. But so I'm gonna introduce myself. No more waiting. Hello, everyone out there. My name is Varian Grant. I am the co-owner as well as the founder or co-owner of Last Call Comics. I've been so for the last 7-8 years now. First book I ever put out was a black and white action comedy called Cycle Sirens. I'm a father, a husband, a geek, a creator, a publisher, a reluctant taxpayer, and artist, shamefully not in that order. And you're watching Indie Vote Live. Tonight, I'm joined by, as always, Lola and Mr. Zimmerman.
hey everybody.
Sorry.
Carla,
I'm allergic
sorry,
to my own bullshit.
I
sorry.
muted your mic because we're hearing the TV through the system. Let me unmute you here for a second.
It's off now, but I think that's my husband just talking by the phone.
Yeah, it's all right.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me today. It's so
No
nice
problem.
to be here, and sorry about the noise.
It's okay. I'm Randy Zimmerman. I'm an independent alternative comics publisher creator. I've been doing it for a long time. Done just about everything in the direct market that's humanly possible. Plus, I'm an award-winning commercial and graphic artist, and I do the Zim Geek channel on YouTube. So, anyway, we're joined by 3 special guests today.
Yep. Carla, everyone's going to be asking me, you had a girl from accent on the show. Where's she from? So they're going to ask. You might as well tell them.
Yeah, I was born in Uruguay, so my first language is Spanish, but my family is Italian, so it's a huge mix of things there. But yeah, I speak Spanish.
Ah, okay. So yeah, Lola's Italian. So
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, she speaks some Italian, but mainly cuss words, and even English cuss words. She's very proficient with those as well.
All right.
We're joined by Nick Gibson as well.
Hello.
And Nick, tell everyone what you do.
Well, I am a singlenaire. The singles. I am a singlenaire. Genius, playboy, philanthropist. I run the studio Phoenix Press, and we are currently working on 2 comics. One of which is the comic book Project Axis. The Instagram is down below. The other one is a as yet semi-announced project, but I'm kind of keeping the details slim until there's more to show.
Excellent, excellent. And then we have the indie devil with the fetish agenda, Mr. Rob Anderson. Rob,
You
how
forgot
are
to
you?
mention I own every website in the world now.
Yes, owner of every internet site in the world.
Suddenly you're entrepreneuring into every website ever.
Every
You
website.
So you're saying you own the internet, basically?
Yes, I won it finally. It's mine. Everyone can go home. Stop trying. I officially own it. Everything is mine. Thank you.
There
That was
there
a-
must
that
have
was
been
a
a hell of a
wild
hand of
poker.
Pazak.
Yeah, crazy poker game.
You know. Oh, in the chat, says Pops Van Tent says all of these great people, only one of them is in the best new group on Facebook. Had to check that out. He's got a Facebook group. We have to check that out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ted Davies says good evening. Good evening, Ted. And
Good evening,
then
Ted.
Stephen Lopez says
Sup,
sup, Lola?
Dad?
No greeting for us, Stephen. No
Steven's
greeting
not
for us?
interested in anybody else. Just Lola. Sup, Lola.
So let's get into it, guys. I know you guys have all been unfortunately seen the show before, so we have questions,
Which is
and
amazing that you still come on.
yeah. So we're
Your
gonna
personality, what can we say?
it is glowing. It is glowing personality.
Glowing.
We're going to allow everybody to chime in on the questions, except for Rob because he owns the internet and he has all the answers anyway. So he probably
kidding,
did. It's probably Rob. He's sending all these questions in. So we're gonna run past these questions.
Hacker Rob.
Yeah.
It's not hacking if you own all the sites.
Yeah.
That is true.
So the first question we're gonna open with one is for Mr. Zim. It's actually
Me?
for Zim. Yeah, it's for him.
Why would it be for me?
Here it is. Here you
Got
and,
my
you-
name
and Randy, you'll read it because otherwise,
Is it derogatory?
no, it's not derogatory.
We're
Not yet.
Here to talk about our
yet.
porn life.
No.
Hey Zim, the fiance and I are from back in the Flint area and coming back to get married. Awesome. We're a couple old school cats and it'd be fun. Effing awesome. If you are a reverend to marry us but dressed as Mr. Natural. Oh, that would be funny. Have to get a longer beard. Have to arrange to get the robe. FlintCon 2021. Derek Foster. Derek, let's talk. That can be done.
Talk about letting it all hang out there.
Yeah, I am. No, not all natural. Nick, he's talking about Mr. Natural, who's an old Robert Crumb character.
Oh, much stupidity is showing.
Yeah, that's okay. But everybody runs into those questions. I'm finding now there's so few people that know comic history.
I get cussed out once a week.
You know who Mr. Natural is, though, right, Varian?
Yeah.
Last week he didn't know who Russ Manning was. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, Derek, absolutely, I'm up for it. I love marrying people. I am a reverend. I've only done it like 6 or 7 times, but I'm definitely up for it. And at the show would be even more fun. So
That'd be cool.
that would be cool. Yeah,
Yep.
Derek, let's do that. Not a problem.
Hey, cool. You got to hear first, Derek. We got to let Indie fulfill it though. I need content.
That'll be my second marriage at a comic convention. I did marry Eddie Newell to his former wife a few years back at the Motor City Comic Con. It didn't last for very long. It's the only marriage I've performed that has ended in disappointment. So all the other 5 or 6 are still going strong. Last time I knew.
Here's our good friend L Nolan sent sending in another question.
L. Nolan.
Here we go, and this is for everyone to weigh in on. Here's a good one.
Yeah. I'm so effing sick of indie comics trying to copy mainstream. Ordered 2 more indie titles on a whim from Removed Comics and to wipe my ass with its pages. Would be an insult to my turds. L. Nolan.
Tell us how
Wow.
you really feel.
Exactly. Tell us how you really feel. Don't hold back. Next time, don't hold back. Al, I'm sorry, you just seem to be having bad luck with indie comics. And it is a crapshoot sometimes if you're not aware of the quality or the talent that's on the book. So, sorry you were disappointed from Removed Comics, but
That took out.
maybe that might be a hint to not buy Removed Comics anymore.
Yeah, vote with your wallet. That's the best thing I can say. If you don't like a series, creator, or heck, you don't like the way they draw the letter S, just don't buy the comic. It could be for any reason. If you don't like something, vote with your wallet.
I don't know. I let people draw the letter S. I'll be an Sist.
Just should be applauded at least for trying something different. I'm sorry that it turned out to be lower case than toilet paper.
Lowercase.
Carla and Nick and even I mean we'll little Rob a bone here, but you guys all work in indie comics, so you buy them, and we'll go from first down. So Carla's first. Have you bought an indie comic? Don't say the name, but if you bought indie comics that you do not, you got home, you read it, and you're like, this is crap.
Well, I am very new to the scene. My husband and I started I think that last August. We backed 2 books, and well, we are still waiting for the books. But it's everyday. It's an everyday thing to buy something and having to wait a long time for it. But so still, I haven't read anything still, so I can say.
Ted says, hope the pages are 2-ply, L. Nolan. Yeah, because it can get rough if they would. If they were newsprint, you can never wipe your ass with them. I'm just saying, Randy.
Or you might have to loosen them up a little bit before you, just like they had to do the old catalogs.
I mean, before toilet paper, what do you think some poorer regions used?
Leaves.
How about you, Nick? You picked up some bad indie comics?
I've definitely come across my ones that are subpar, but I feel like see, I'm not one for negativity. I feel like, okay, if the comic book is subpar, the very least, I feel like the person should be able to learn, get better, because we all start somewhere. We all have to get our start. So I mean, if they've been in there for a while, then really there's nothing I can do. Just for me, it's just if it's a bad comic, I just move on. If it's a younger creator, maybe I'll point out some stuff, and if they say, "Oh, that's cool," then I at least know they're a good person. They say "fuck off," then I'd be like, "Well, I'm gonna fuck off."
Wait, whoa! First of all, you actually critique. You have the audacity to critique someone's comic.
I just threw the TVMA DLSV sign up in the corner also.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll shoot him a link. You have the audacity to talk to somebody about critique them about their comic. Oh my goodness, that is how you get called a bigot. All types of phobes. The N word, the other N word.
Both of the N words sometimes.
So I'm a nice guy. Is that what you're saying?
Nice is not the N word.
Yeah. You are aware. Did you send it? You want to send the link? You want to send the link? Okay, I'll send it. Yeah, I mean, you get called all types of naughty words. I don't critique anybody's stuff anymore because I don't like being called you know who. And it's no, I don't critique anybody's book. Rob, I mean, you own sites all over the internet. You don't do critiques on Indie Advocates though.
We do reviews, but first off, I just want to say, L. Nolan, thank you for supporting my books. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you for supporting me.
Ever the politician, I love it.
But to answer your question, of course they're bad comics. They're bad Marvel comics. Hell, Marvel just told us that who we thought Captain America was created by was wrong the whole time. Stan Lee, as a kid, decided to go back and reinvent Captain America. There just is bad moments in everything. I mean, there are bad movies. I don't know if anyone's seen Birds of Prey. Apparently not, according to the movie figure. But I'm told that that's bad. It doesn't mean you throw everything out. I mean, and the thing that he said about trying to copy mainstream comics what does that even mean? What is he talking about, mainstream comics? Because if we were copying mainstream comics in indie, all we'd be doing is talking about how we should all be better and how we need to all be conforming and be sheep. And that's not what indie comics is doing. So I think he's just picking the wrong comics. But yes, there are bad comics. As a reviewer, there are over 300 books I would never actually talk about publicly because they're so bad.
I'm gonna be straight up with you, and y'all can get mad. Y'all can at me if you want. You know where I'm at. I ain't telling nobody to be better than nothing. I refuse. I'm good. I'm sitting over here, and I'm gonna stay in my lane and be horrible. Anyway,
Hey,
I am
hang
going
on.
to come at you and give you a pat on the back for being an awesome person.
Are you saying?
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I'm not telling anybody how to live their life because that's how. Yeah.
That's-
Next thing you know, and everybody will be nope. I'm straight. I'm good.
Hey, no argument there. I agree with that statement full heartedly. Like, I do my thing, you do your thing. Well, let's both be happy.
I see Mr. Roseman in the green room. We're gonna bring you in pretty soon, Scott. Let's see. Let me read some of this here. Pat says, "Ouch, Zim. That just sounds painful."
Probably was,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
And Ted says, I think you're talking about loosen up the paper.
Probably.
Ted says, Nick, that's the right attitude. Keep it positive. It's art. It's subjective.
Thanks,
says,
Ted. Appreciate it.
I only have a problem with people that don't produce any content, critique the masses, and bundle them in a group.
That
And
right
JR
there.
says,
Yeah.
hello, good people. I bundle everybody in
Hello.
a
Ross
group.
Perry. Good. Hello. I was going to say good morning, but it's not morning.
It's
I
morning
only-
somewhere.
Morning where we
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
I only have two groups, like people that I like and people that I don't like.
We should probably say hello to all the people on Indie Volt Radio too.
Yeah, I was going to check in with them
Thank you
because
so
right
much for
now,
listening
listening
in.
Hello
us
to all
live-
you wonderful people.
Listen to us live on Indie Radio right now. We have, oh yeah, that's nice. It tried to drop me, but it didn't. Okay, right now we have on Indie Radio 618 people listening. Let's get it
Ooh,
higher. I think we can
That's
do
a
it
good
tonight,
start.
fellas.
Tell your friends. Let's pop into those.
Let's
4
break a
days.
K.
So they
Break
can't
a K.
see us. They can't see how beautiful we are.
Yeah.
They can't see that we have
Which sometimes is a good thing though.
right. They can't see. We have two lovely ladies tonight. They can't see it. It's Valentine's Day. They can't see it. But and I swear, and we got Scott Roseman who's coming in pretty soon.
Yeah,
So.
we've got Scott in the green room. Thanks for hanging in there, Scott.
So I'm gonna get to another question here, Randy, and you're gonna have to
Okay.
answer it.
I have
Because-
to answer it.
Yep, you're gonna have to answer it.
All right.
It's two more questions, and actually they are Valentine's Day related questions.
Cool.
So here we go. Here we go.
We enjoy advice to the comic Lovelorn.
Mm-hmm.
Why are all the hot nerdy chicks you guys have on in relationships or worse, married? How am I supposed to find love?
Because the good ones get scooped up quickly. I mean, it's simple as that. The good people get scooped up.
Yeah. That's about right. Nick's about dead on.
What'd you say?
I said the good people tend to get scooped up pretty quickly. Whether it be, good lady, good guy, they tend to get find relationships pretty quickly. Usually they find other good people to marry and loving relationships, and good for them. It's
And what'd you say, Lola? You go getting married is a lot worse. So ask me. It's
That's why my wife's not here on the air.
yeah. We see you, Scott.
smart man. Smart man.
And also the next question, and I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna bring Scott Roseman in here to answer this question. He's gonna come here and read it.
Oh,
Okay.
You want me to read it?
No, Scott. I'm gonna let Scott read this next
Scott,
one. I'm
come
bringing
in
him
and
in.
read it. Scott, are you ready? Hang on. Here you come.
All right, so I'm gonna pop out. I'm gonna bring Scott in.
All right.
Hey,
Scott.
there I am.
How you doing, bud?
Hey, everybody. Good.
Good.
A little
hello.
late in joining.
This is Carl. That's Nick and Rob are here with you.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Scott, how you doing?
Good.
Before Varian ggets to the question, Scott, how are you? And you should probably introduce yourself.
I am doing really good. I sorry I'm a little late getting into the show, but I was watching a little bit of the political stuff happening with the New Hampshire primaries and everything. So, but I got a little bored, so I figured I'd come here to where it's real exciting.
Right.
So, doing good other than that, though. Trying
Okay.
to get on projects, getting ready for the convention season.
Introduce
Anybody
yourself
doesn't
to
know
the
who I am?
uninitiated. Yeah.
You're better off for it. Long-time freelance in the comic industry, done all kinds of things for all kinds of people. Left my mark all over the place. I don't like a dog market.
I was not going to make that comment, but it was in my head.
No.
Saw it
Well,
on your face.
and good for you too, Rob, or Nick, I should say.
Yeah, Nick.
Good for you.
Are you guys
And-
ready for the question?
Yes, I'm all set.
Pop it in.
You hear me?
You get to read this one, Scott.
Excellent.
Scott, you're gonna read this one, and we're
Alrighty.
gonna hope that Carla keeps a straight face. If Carla laughs, Lowe's gonna take a shot.
Mm-mm.
Yep. So if Carla laughs, Lowe's gonna take a shot.
I only take shots for money.
Nope, you're gonna take a shot. If Carla laughs, Carla straight face. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, get ready, Carla, because you're going to crack up.
Scott, that velvety smooth voice in.
Don't laugh.
Okay. I want to see illustration.
I know this
I want
one.
to illustrate. I want to illustration some sequential art on Lola's with my. It'll be instant classic on scale with the Dark Knight and Watchmen. He comes tonight. Garrison.
Oh my.
This is the pinnacle of art. We will never do any better.
Oh my.
I think Garrison, you're off your meds again.
Garrison needs to down like a gallon of water right now.
Down boy. Down boy.
No,
Yeah.
I'm only doing red.
No, there's a man that goes through an inordinate amount of paper towel. I'm sure every single night.
Paper towel.
Yeah.
What about Kleenex?
I mean,
I was
if you're gonna
say
do some sequential art, that's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, right. And then you have to pencil to ink and then color, letter, you know?
Oh yeah. The hardest thing
Sounds like a
the
lot
hardest
of
thing is getting
time.
a T-square to go level because you have to, So
I don't
I
know
mean,
if
you
they're
know,
that
just
big to
brush
do
it off.
sequential art on.
Two panels at least.
well the key is sequential what? That's the thing. We know it's art, but so Carla, are we gonna keep Garrison? Is the name Garrison?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the guy's name? Garrison?
That's
Yeah.
Lola. He's talking to Lola.
I know, but I was gonna say Carla's the one that cracked up about it.
We
So
all
I
cracked
figured
up
we'll
on it.
keep Garrison off your Christmas card list, all right?
I'm just like admiring this poetry.
Yeah.
Very
He's
creative.
like a regular old Lord Byron.
Now, Lola, I
Yes.
think it's really up to you to see because we don't want to speak for you. I mean,
I mean, it's her body, her choice. So
maybe somehow I don't think you're renting out space for somebody to do a graphic novel.
No,
oh my god, I can just see the ads
But I
now.
mean, that's not a performance space.
no,
Oh, okay.
Now that's some performance
it's not
art
for
right
rent. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's good. Whoa.
So real quick, and I can't hear anything, but Rob,
For rent.
you're on, and you're on for a very important reason tonight. You want to address something, and we're gonna give Rob time to address what he got to address.
He just unmuted himself.
Everybody, cover your ears. 'Cause Rob's got
All
some,
right.
Rob has to stand on the
Cover your ears.
soapbox. He's
Are
got
you there,
some
Rob?
housekeeping to do. Is that safe? Is that fair to say?
I was accused of owning a website that I don't own that apparently popped up today. And the first thing they ran was something about Marcel Dupree, and they were quoting me heavily in the article. So I don't even know the name of it right now, to be honest with you. I should know it because I own it, but I really don't. According to people on Facebook, I own a website. Now, how do you prove you don't own a website? I've been trying to spend today figuring out how I could prove I don't actually own a website. Does anyone know how you prove that?
It's pretty easy to like look up the register of a website. I actually own a website myself, so it's like usually you can do like a who is kind of stuff, and unless there's someone else kind of like has like usually it'll show who owns the website, and you see that's usually pretty easy to look up. So I talked to someone who knows more about it than I do, and they'd very easily kind of tell you, they could look up the website and see who owns the domain.
So there was a website out there that had an article on the Marcel situation.
Yeah, and they quoted me in it.
Uh-huh.
So I guess an idea was started that I thought I needed to create a brand new website. And for anyone who's never created a website, you have to understand how much work a website actually is.
Yeah, I imagine.
And to just create something to attack a person is the most unrealistic thing I've ever honestly heard.
Rob,
Yeah,
what was
this is in the
their
90s.
what was the crux of their attack? What were they trying to get across?
Oh, what I've been trying to get across that Marcel Dupree is cheating out creators, artists, and backers of his crowdfunding campaign.
So in your mind, was it a good article or a hack
No,
article or what?
It was taking basic things from my actual profile page, not even our website,
Okay.
and just throwing basic tidbits, basically about him catfishing, but also alluring to the fact that they have heard that he is trying to reach out to people and fulfill things.
We've covered Marcel before in previous podcasts here.
Yeah. No, real quick, because you being accused of it. Now I'm a joker. I don't take anything seriously. I mean, doctor can tell me I'm dying in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be like, I'm not paying any of my bills. That's the first thing I'm thinking. Like, I'm not paying shit. I'm gonna be dead. What do you
Winning
think?
bet Bavarian.
Yeah. Don't. When that happened, when you start getting accused, you wanted, to you want to come out and say it's not me. I didn't do the site. Had I did the site, you guys would have all known it. Because one thing I know is that you've always kind of put your name out there. If you did something, you say, "Hey, it was me. I did it." Now we have what essentially is a tabloid site for indie comics.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
So, but I guess I'm not quite sure. It sounds like this other place wants to drag you into it, or are they just disagreeing with what you posted?
Well, I don't know. Because I don't actually own the site, I don't know. It was brought to my attention and I corrected them and actually gave them a link to get some proper information so they could get the story right.
Okay.
The problem is that the next story they run, I then get associated with. And that is a delicate story that a lot of people are talking about quietly. And my name gets thrown as being the author of that. So now I'm involved in something I never publicly wanted to be involved in.
Yeah, and we won't bring much attention to it because we have to. There's still more investigation and more with that story that's developing. But you want to come on and say it's not me. It ain't me. I didn't do it. And it's sad because I think that part of the reason that stuff like this happens is because we do have to be this industry, we have our knitting circles. I'm gonna talk about
this business is all one big gossip circle.
I'm gonna talk about Scott the second his back is turned. And I'm going to wonder how long I'm just gonna pick on people. But I think that
especially that painting he's no longer has lit up back there behind.
He's been taking all day on that painting.
I'm waiting for the big reveal.
Okay.
So we brought you on because you wanted to basically put the word there that you had not done it. You did not do it. You had not done it. Wow, what's wrong with me? I gotta stop watching BET, guys. I'm sorry. I've been watching a lot of black entertainment television, and my language is like I'm using way too finna. Like I'm finna go to the store. FINNA.
You've lost me.
See, Carla, can you say finna? Like I'm finna go to the store. I just want to hear how that sounds.
I don't know what that means.
See, yeah, like it means
I'm
I'm
with
about
you,
to.
Carl. I don't know what the hell he's talking
Yeah,
about.
like I'm about to go to the store, and it's like I'm finna go to the store.
Fina?
Yep.
It's
I'm
like
gonna go to the store.
Yep. There you go.
I think Barry's having a stroke or something. Is he like losing, verbal skills? Or
I am. I might be having a couple of light strokes.
Yeah,
The
I think
dumbing
so.
down of the media.
Yeah. So
Okay.
real quick, Rob. I mean, if there's one thing you wanted to say, you did not create this site. If you did, you would have told us,
It just seems weird.
and we're gonna bounce back around to that. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that's why Rob is here tonight. Other than that, he wants to.
Can I say something in Rob's defense?
Sure.
So I've known Rob for a little bit. We're acquaintances on Facebook. Yeah, I know it's the crime of the century. But honestly, this is my personal anecdote is all the stuff that's Rob been saying. I do not believe he would do it. That is not the kind of person. That is not the Rob I know. And my personal endorsement probably means crap, but I'm giving it anyway. Rob, you do not seem like the kind of person to do this kind of stuff.
Was there anything derogatory to you, Rob, on the site?
It wasn't derogatory on the site. It was right on social media when people said I was trying to hide to attack people. And the other person that's being brought up, that's someone that is above my weight weight. Weight
class.
Weight class. Yeah. He would be someone who's above me. So it would look like I'm trying to take shots at something. And as Varian said, this is a story that a lot of us are kind of waiting to see happens with it. And we're being very careful with it. But I got dragged into it right away. And suddenly my name got thrown around for things that I had nothing to do with. And that's dangerous because I don't care about anything. Like I'll go to someone's face. I'll have a fight about it. And I will be very public about it. I'll call anyone out. I don't mind. I don't even care if this person gets mad at me and calls me out and wants to have a one-on-one. That's fine. But at least let it be me that did it. Yeah. I'm not paying for everyone else's tab.
I will say this.
You've already made statements on this problem publicly anyway, right?
Yes, I had to already. Because now I had to address it.
Yeah. I will say this. If Rob is exactly the type of person that would have done this, but Rob would have stood up and said it was me, by the way, who did.
Oh yeah.
So
that sounds like more like him.
Yeah. Let me work around real quick back here though, because now I want to bring up the fact that Carly, you're an artist, and Pat asked that the doctor actually tell me I have 2 weeks to live. Pat, the doctor told me that he through an email, mind you. He emailed me and said, Mr. Grant, I want you on some type of metformin. You are pre-diabetic. So my first question is, how is pre-diabetic? Because, I'm not giving up my pop. It's not happening.
It's them monster drinks. I keep telling you.
Yeah. And
I'm a cokehead. I have to have my Coca-Cola.
That's not something you want to admit to it.
I'm taking that clip, Nick.
Wrong Coke. Sorry.
Nick, I'm taking that clip. I'm cutting it out. Nick Gibson just said he's a cokehead on my air.
That's it, Nick. It's all over for you, buddy.
Oh no, it's gonna go on the Twitters and the Facebooks
what's
and
that
the
gossip site again?
MySpaces and
what's
I'm ruined. I'm ruined. I'll never publish a comic
Yeah.
book again.
Nice knowing you. See ya.
Yeah. So he might as
Suddenly
well.
all the gossip sites will say Nick Gibson, cokehead.
Yeah. So he's.
I love cocaine. I love cooking.
He says it out. He didn't say I had 2 weeks to live, but he said I gotta get off pop, and that right there was basically 2 weeks to live.
That's pop. That's like soda pop.
Yeah.
POP, not
Sugar.
It's pop. We are in Michigan. We speak English. It's pop.
Yes. You have to get off the pot. What?
I can't.
Variant. Couple years ago, you had a question for Carla. You going to finish that?
Yeah. Carla, I'm going to bring it up here.
Years ago.
I'm bringing it up right now.
She's just sitting there quietly, being awesome.
Grim
I could have
Reaper.
pulled that up, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Grim
Saved
Reaper
your
2.
bandwidth.
This is your book. Now tell us a little bit. You want to play the video first? I can play the video.
Yeah, play the video.
Okay, hold on one second.
Why don't I share that before you spend your bandwidth?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I don't want to shoot my load too early.
You gonna share audio?
Gibson code.
Cokegate.
Ask Carla the question.
Well, it's about her book.
We're gonna run the video, right?
Get on with it. Get on with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Short
That
and
is
sweet.
Sign
Thank you,
me
guys.
up.
Cool.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Let's go. I don't even have to pitch. Go back it, guys.
And she's like, no need to pitch.
Well, my job, your job, your son.
So tell us about the Grim Reaper 2. Now, this is a sequel.
Yes, guys. First of all, I'm going to introduce myself. And well, the creative team is my husband and I. He's the writer and the creator of the story, and I am the illustrator, letterer, colorist, etc. Everything except for the writing. So yeah, we launched Green Reaper 1 last year, and now this is the sequel, Green Reaper 2. My husband always explains this much better than me, but I'm gonna give it a try. This is a cosmic horror story. He really enjoys reading Neil Gaiman, The Sandman, so he's very inspired by that style. In this story, this is a very original story because the death, basically, he's in the hero's journey. So he's basically the hero in the story, which is something quite unusual because you never associate death with the hero or anything like that. In this story, we don't have people as characters, but we have concepts, anthropomorphic representations of concepts. Those are the characters in this book. Well, Death is the protagonist. Sorry? Hello?
Yeah.
I heard something, sorry.
That was me. I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay, so he has 3 children, which represent different ways in which people die. For example, you have Themis, which is the beautiful death. Then you have, that's like the death everybody wants to have. Then you have Six, which is like the dumb deaths, the kind of deaths that happen, for example, when you fall in the shower because you step in a soap or something very stupid, like Darwinism. And then you have Persis. He represents heroic deaths and sacrifice. So my husband is really inspired by Greek mythology and a lot of historical facts that actually happened. So it's a very, very clever written story. Green Reaper 1, the plot revolves around the Green Reaper the Angel of Death, Azrael, doesn't want to be the Green Reaper anymore. So he wants to pass that mantle to another person. He chooses the Red Baron from World War I, Manfred von Richthofen. He is the next Green Reaper. So now he's new. He has this new job. He has to do his death now, and he has to learn how to do it. And he has this problem with humans, which develop a very advanced technology. So humans actually manage to cheat death and bring people back from the death via cryonics. So this conflict the Green Reaper has is that he cannot take the soul away from that being because it has no soul. He's artificially alive. So it's super interesting how the plot is solved in that. That's the first issue. And this is the sequel in which the Green Reaper has a new problem to solve, in which an immortal being dies. And the Green Reaper is not only in charge of taking the souls away from the living, but also making sure that immortals never die. And he fails because an immortal actually dies. That's what we're seeing right now. It's a scene. She's called Lust. I figure you may know what is it about because of her name. So that's the mission that the Green Reaper has in this issue. The story has a lot of lines happening at the same time. It's very dense, consistent story. So I recommend you read it, guys. It's a very, very nice read, very fun. It is very deep, very philosophical, but it's also super fun. It has very light-hearted moments. You can have fun. You can also makes you think about stuff you maybe never saw that way before. I don't know. I think it's super entertaining. I did the art. I come from a manga background. I have been drawing Japanese style comics all my life, so this is like my first shot at trying like Western-ish style comics.
Mhm.
It's like a blend, as you can see. Like that's not like 100% Western, but it's something in between.
Looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
You know, Carla, actually, I think I remember hearing about this somewhere.
All right.
I'm afraid I can't place where, but this sounds awfully familiar. And I remember being intrigued by it. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. Somebody else takes up Death's mantle and the Grim Reaper and all that.
Oh yeah,
And it's great. Now I can connect you to that
yeah.
girl.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, that's awesome.
What's
Yeah.
been the what's been the response so far? What have you been hearing about it, or what kind of sales numbers or what have you?
Sorry, I couldn't understand that.
What kind of sales numbers have you had, and what kind of response have you gotten?
Oh, okay. Well, so when we first launched like the first campaign, we were like we didn't even have Twitter accounts.
Oh wow!
We didn't know anything about nothing. We just did the comic and just decided to launch. And after like 20 days, we figured out, oh, maybe we can do streams and maybe people can know about us. And we started, we just jumped to it. We didn't know how to do it from the beginning. And I remember that when we launched for the first time, we were so excited. Oh, okay, what's going to happen? And the very second the campaign was launched, there was a backer. And we were like, oh my God, this is awesome. Let's just grab the popcorn and wait and see how the numbers go up.
I love it.
Yeah, like 10 days passed and no backers. So
Well, sometimes it takes a little bit.
It
Yeah,
happens.
we knew nothing. And then we decided to, we even like tried to do Facebook ads, Instagram ads. We had totally no idea how to do this. And we learned as we started talking to some people just because we used the hashtag Comicsgate, and then some people started talking to us, but we didn't even know much about it. Like my husband was like, oh yeah, I think there's a thing called Comicsgate that is like against the big two. Oh, sounds good, let's put the hashtag. And now here we are.
No, Carla, pardon me if I'm a little too forward, but I notice your accent. Are you based out of Spain or Latin America or?
Yes, I was born in Uruguay, so I speak the most weird way of Spanish ever.
Okay. Is that where you and your husband are based out of now?
No. We are living in the States. My husband is Colombian. I am Uruguayan. We kind of speak English, so.
Trust me, you speak it better than sometimes I manage to do. So
Especially
you're
me.
doing all right.
Thank you, guys.
Well,
When it circles around us, that's for sure.
Now, Nick. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I was going to say, do you have any kind of a following from your native countries at all?
No, not at all. Not at all. Like, I don't think they even know what that is. I don't like. I never knew anybody who read comics in my life from my country.
Oh, wow.
Well, now that you're on Varian's radar, he's going to spread the word everywhere.
Yeah, we're super happy about that. We always, like, for example, my husband, he has been writing all his life. He really enjoys it, and he's a amazing writer. No, I'm not saying it because it's my husband. He actually impressed me because I have been.
Okay.
I met him because he hired me.
That was his plan.
Yeah.
That was his plan. You
I
see
think
how
he
dirty
wanted
these.
to yeah, he wanted to save money. See.
There's
You know,
nothing wrong with like your
It's like,
husband's work.
this lady's so good. I should hire her. I should marry her. That way she'll do it for free now.
Yeah. I think that was his plan.
Yeah.
Free project for life.
He got you. Now you got to draw for free. Like, hey, listen.
You nailed it, Nick. You nailed it.
Yeah, I should have tried to marry an inker. Now
I have my moment.
Yeah. No, but I was telling you guys. He hired me for a project, and when I read one of his scripts for the first time, like I was like, oh my god, Oh my goodness, this is so different from what I normally read. Because I have been freelancing for years, and I prefer not to say exact examples, but you have no idea, like all kinds of scripts I got. But
A lot of wannabe writers out there.
Yeah, trust
A lot
me.
of, yeah. I'm a writer myself, so I know the pain.
Oh yeah. But he was really impressed. Like I was really impressed because of his writing. He's a very clever writer. So again, guys, I recommend you read the book. Like
Sure,
everybody's
yeah,
like, oh yeah, the art is nice. Yeah, it's nice. But for me, the most important thing is the story.
Now the Indiegogo is live currently, right?
Mhm.
The Indiegogo is live, right?
Yes.
All right, I may have to check it out.
Yeah.
Well, the artwork is really charming looking. I really has got an appeal to it.
Thank you so much.
See,
Yeah.
I would be worried that Lola can draw a little bit, but I won't let her draw a comic. But I'd be worried about it because imagine this. Now
What do you
imagine
mean you
Carla.
won't let her draw a comic?
No, I will not let her draw a comic. No, this is my business. This is my business. It's time for a little. You know what? You know what this industry needs? A little good old misogyny. Damn it! I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're the guy to do it.
Someone clip that! Someone clip that!
Yeah.
Well, hey, just for a second, I'm gonna go back to Nick. You said you were a writer.
Yes, I am.
Isn't that really a bit too much to? I mean, would you really think you're a writer? Is that the right word?
I think, therefore, I am.
Well, we think a lot of things about you too, but I don't know if we would go that far.
I'm sure lots of people think lots of stuff about me. I'm kind of an asshole, so there's lots of words I can say about me. Not many of them are pleasant.
Not many.
Kind of.
Not many
Kind
is
of.
said. Not many did we say about Rob. Some of which are.
That's just because people are afraid I'll come find them.
Yeah.
I will find you.
So
I
Simon
will
says,
help you.
"Hello, everyone, and Carla. Once again, the ladies
Same.
get the ladies get like exclusive
All the
greetings.
attention.
You know,
I mean,
what?
that's just how it is. It's either you accept it
way it
or you
works.
get run over by it.
Deal with it, guys.
Indeed, all my friends who got it won't shut up about how good it is, and won't shut up. He says, and he feels the competition, clipping it out of context and uploading it to Twitter now. Yeah, there you go.
Rival Steve.
Watch it, Barry. You might get canceled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It
Pat
won't
says
be
he's
the
a-
first time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and Steve says to me, if you've actually put a completed comic out, you can call yourself a writer. You've actually written something.
Yeah, there you go. That's a point.
Yeah, and there's his book Project Access. Speaking of Access, the world is more. I'm not going there. What is that?
What is that, Nick? I didn't see that. What are you holding?
Oh,
up?
this is the,
Hold that
the
up.
first.
Hold that up, Nick.
This is the first version of my comic that I wrote, Project Access. I'm currently in the process of redoing it. There's only like less than 25 of these out in the wild. This is the previous version. Like, I was attached to a different company, but then I parted ways and started my own. So,
Let's see the cover again. You had a really good crotch shot. I wanted to see again.
Did you say?
There we go. There.
fine, that's
You
my
are a
character
writer.
jaw. You have
You
a
are a
15
writer.
jaws.
Sign of a good artist, I can draw toes.
I could have been on.
Well, tell it to my artist, Jason Johnson. He does amazing work. Like, seriously, I don't know if Randy, I think I've shared some of it with you. The stuff he's done,
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
Yep.
Like, it's amazing art, and I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter Indiegogo for it later this year. Trying to figure out the printing situation. Just trying to find because I don't want to ask for too much for the Kickstarter. Because I feel like the audience, I think I could probably do between $500 to $800 Kickstarter. So I'm trying to find a printing place I can do it for around that. Like, I've been checking Chinese places, America. Oh, yeah, Carla knows the pain.
Excuse me. First of all, what in the did you say 5 to $600? We're gonna talk after the show. The
$500 to $800.
The Alex P. Keaton and me just
LXP Keith.
just died a little bit. I can't believe you.
Axis, to answer Simon's question, AXIS, like an axis, like rotating on an axis.
Yeah.
There's a comment.
Axis. My
Actors are asses.
yeah.
AXIS. So that's he asked the question, so I answered it.
My new project is called Project Asses. Actually, it is.
Are you making a porn parody of my comic?
I am. It's gonna.
Well, I'm glad to see you're raising your standards, Barry, and that's really nice to see.
Well, then I volunteer to play Gile. I'm certainly hung enough.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
That's it.
I think we have a contest coming.
Varian left. He just had to run.
Hi,
Hey, Lola.
Did he freeze out or did he have to go?
Carla, would you please tell this lowlife Nick to clean it up or get out of the studio?
I agree.
Clean it up, Nick.
He said he was home. He was home like a black man.
Okay, my hands are clean.
Not like hung like a black man from a tree. Not well. Anyway,
I have no comment.
no comment.
Yes,
Okay.
that's probably the best response.
Hey, Sim.
Sim is in the chat. Maxim. Yeah. Now you're over at Dark Elf.
I was, yes. That's where I was. I was with Dark Elf Designs, yes.
Okay. That's our good friend Brian Jermaine.
Yeah, great guy.
And let me see who else in there. Yeah. I'm looking at the video. It's a little delayed on my side, but that's okay. I just fixed it.
Well, listen, Nick. The thing is, you need to go to. Let me give you a heads up here. You need to go to the website.
I'm already in hell, so where else can I go?
We notice your surroundings. Go to a website called Mixam.
What is it? Mixam?
Mixam. Mixam. And they're one of those few places where you can get comics printed literally one at a time if you want.
Yeah, I know there's places like that. I'm
Sim
just trying to
put that in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't really have to raise $500 to do it. I mean, even doing
there's places like Kablam, but I'm trying to get like 500 copies, 250 copies that I can sell at cons for a decent price.
Well, but Mixam is one of those places that are very inexpensive for what you're doing. What size is the comic? How many pages?
The page itself is going to be 20 interior plus the 4 covers.
Gosh, you could probably get something like that and mix them even for one individual copy about $3.
Oh, well, that's the thing. That's the problem though, because I sell them for $3, so I'm not really making any money.
Yeah.
Well, now wait.
You know,
I'm not finished with my advice. What you need to do is go somewhere and steal $300. Okay, now after you steal $300, you print your comics for free. Everything's pure profit from there.
Oh, stealing! So I'll just launch a Kickstarter then.
Steal $300. Just as like go to a drugstore or something or a liquor store. Hold it up, steal $300. Use that to print your comics. Problem solved.
You could always
Sim
do it.
says Mixam has better pricing than Kablam anyway. So.
Yeah, that's definitely something to look into.
Sell them for $5. The more you print, the less you pay.
Yeah.
Well,
you could go to Mixam and get like 75 copies printed for a couple shows in a row, then get more after that. You don't have to get 300 copies printed up to sell at a show because no slam intended towards you, but you're probably not going to move more than 30 or 40 comics at a show at best.
The most I've sold to Project Access was 20 copies, but that was all I brought.
Yeah, see, and you might sell a few more than that, but think about getting a small run like Randy said, adjust your prices to allow for a profit margin. Everybody understands the independent comic can't go for the same price as a mainstream book.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of building. At this point, you really ought to think in terms of building up your notoriety and your notoriety and your awareness in the marketplace versus it earning any real kind of profit. It's just not going to happen right away.
I have a question. I have a question.
Okay.
Now, Scott is trying to wag the dog here because there's all type of breaking news. So right there.
Why are we
breaking news? Scott Roseman died for conspiracy to commit larceny. Right there. And
I want to believe
the ticker's been going that you told Nick to go print his books in hell. Yeah, that's kind of we expect a type of comments from the industry.
I mean, that's definitely a way to make some hot comics.
Now,
yes.
Are you putting now? You guys are. I mean, you both got your Kickstarter going, and your Kickstarter is open for another. Was it 46? I think I've seen days, Carla.
I think we have 41. Give me a second.
43 days left,
43,
according to your page.
Yes, 43 days left,
So,
and we already passed the amount we did with the first one, so we are super happy about that.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
good.
Yeah, we had a lot of new backers. The thing is that we launched this campaign, I think it was in September. It ended in October, and in November we already fulfilled everything. And the date, people were expecting that comic for next May, so this May, but we delivered it like in November. So it was super fast. We got very nice reviews that are all over YouTube, and all those backers returned. And there's still a lot of people that is going to back, that we know that is going to back, and still is waiting for the paycheck and all the stuff. But still, we already passed what we did with the first one. We did like 1,000 something, and then in demand we got to 1,700. And now we have 42 days left, or 43, and we are already there. That's so cool. We are very happy. I know that for some people those are not like the most amazing numbers, but for us, we truly appreciate it. We are super happy with our backers. Our backers are the best. They gave us the best feedback. You have no idea, like the best feedback ever, and they are super happy about the next one. They already backed it and are waiting for it, and I'm excited. I finish every time I finish a page. I just want to show it to everybody, but I can't.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a respectable debut. I think that's very good. It's very exciting.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's super exciting.
And
so
you decided to not steal any money to start out with, right?
How dare you?
I can do better.
I was going to say, I mean, the stealing money to start with is an accepted method for criminals, but I'm glad to see you didn't go the stealing money route. I know Nick is going to. Nick is going to, but I'm glad you did.
How dare you?
Because you got the first issue and the second issue done. Now, about how long did it take you to complete?
Well, that's a very good question.
And have you ever got mad at your husband for asking you to draw something that he knew was going to take you a long time to draw?
Oh yeah, like he always like writes everything in 24 hours. But because my husband, I don't know, some of you are writers. I don't know if this is how you write, but I can tell you how my husband writes. He has no idea what he's going to write. He's like, I would like to write something about, I don't know, skeleton or something. Then he goes to sleep. And he laughs the whole night in his sleep. He's dreaming. And then he wakes up and has a perfect freaking story all tied up perfectly. Everything makes sense, even the names of the characters. And it's so deep and it has so much meaning.
But
what the hell?
He laughs in the middle of the night.
Yes. Oh, that's who I am.
I guess it's pretty safe to say that he doesn't fear the Reaper.
I don't think so. I don't.
Are
think
you going to be switching bedrooms and sleeping separately now? Or you might want to
Could be.
He sounds a little.
Now,
But you know that happened like 4 months ago, and that night that he dreamed of the story took me 2 or 3 months to illustrate. So you know it's very unbalanced, the amount of work that it takes to do. Yeah, and for example, for Green Reaper 1, it took like 3 months to do, but I don't know if I'm gonna take more months this time, or if I'm gonna just draw 10 to 12 hours every day straight, and because I wanna add more detail. I want that every issue is an upgrade, is better than the previous one. That's my goal. Like, I'm competing with myself. I know there's always gonna be amazing artists and creators better than you. So comparing yourself with others is not healthy. You have to compare with yourself, and I believe that's very important, especially in the indie comic scene, when everybody's showcasing like amazing art. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And when you are new, sometimes it's hard to be motivated when you see those numbers and you see those illustrations and oh hello, I'm big.
Now you're big. Now you're
Now you're
big.
big.
Yeah.
Well, you
So
were
yeah,
talking.
I
so-
believe it's
Kind of things.
super important to compete with yourself, and like don't get distracted. Always concentrate on your work, on what you're doing, and especially on the backers. We are super proud about our customer service, because we are, this comic is our baby. We did it, okay? So every backer we have, maybe there are not thousands, there were less than 50, but each one of them, we message them privately. Did you get it? I don't know. Do you have feedback for us? Anything like, and we had this very personal customer service with them, and they love it, and they are super engaged with the project, and that makes us so happy. And I believe that as a creator, it's something very addictive, like to see how people respond to what you do, and then you when you get those kinds of responses so positive, and you see that they understand what you did. That is like, oh, now I'm gonna make this and this and this, and but I only have one hand to draw, because the other one, I can't. With this, yes.
Oh, it's
That's your tea drinking hand. It's your tea drinking hand.
Exactly.
So this is your first foray into self-publishing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are extremely new. This is our second campaign, so we don't feel as new, but it's our first time not being new, so that counts as being new too.
Okay. Well, I think you should be very excited. I think it's very cool.
Yeah, we're super excited about this, and especially because of the response of the people. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I don't think I will ever stop doing comics. This is
Don't
amazing.
make $1 billion, become rich, become successful, tell your stories.
There you go.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I believe that comes with the time, but you need an inner strength, like an inner motivation, that because the money is gonna come after you. Well, sorry, like mental blank. Sorry, I was saying something deep, but I just.
Well, when you do make $1 million, Carla, remember, make the check out to Scott Rose.
Okay, send everything to Scott. All right.
Please
Now,
do.
I have a question for
Yes.
our two writers. When you're writing, and do you take poor artists like Carla, Randy, myself, and sometimes Scott, into where did Randy go? Oh, okay, he's moving around. Do you take
He the tribe has spoken.
listen to it now?
Go ahead, Ryan. You can finish your sentence. Go ahead. What happened?
Got quiet all of a sudden.
I put him in, and suddenly his microphone goes out. So.
Oh, that's too bad.
I think we have a hacker.
And he's frozen, so I probably overdid his stream. Pulling
Yes.
him in and out of the stream.
Here-
Yeah.
Randy,
better.
Sorry.
You upset his
My
BS quote. You overfilled
I don't
his
know what,
BS
I don't know what he was
Question
going to
through my
ask.
Oh, he's gonna ask it through my mic now. Hold on, he's got to come over here.
I was going to say the night's getting
First
better.
of all, I'll never pull out.
That's not going to
On
last.
top of that, how dare you, sir? Anyway, do you guys, the writers, Rob and Nick, do you guys take your artists in consideration when you're scripting a comic? Like, do you try to work with your artists' weaknesses and strengths?
Probably not.
Well, it depends on the type of relationship I have with them. You know, like for example, Project Axis, the artist Jason, me and him are like really close friends. So, and he's kind of invested in this long term. He's probably about invested as I am. So to answer your question, yes, I definitely try and take consideration with his style of art, or what he can, or what he's like good at, you know, and whatnot when I'm trying to script certain sequences. So it's definitely, but if it's just kind of more of a, they're going to give me shit for how I'm phrasing this, hired help situation, you know, where they just kind of, oh my god, 3, 2, 1. But if they're just kind of, if I just bring them, I'm tongue-tied now. If they just come on, it's basically just, hey, here's a script. Can you do it? Great. Here's your money. Now go do it.
That's
how it is.
typical slave master writer.
Yep.
I really like Carla's attitude there about trying to make every issue better. That's the whole idea behind doing
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Carl's got the right mindset. She's a regular old Rocky Balboa.
it. Yeah.
At the very least, at least make it more and more fun each time.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that is not my quote. That is not my quote.
What quote?
It's
The
in the
crawl
sticker down
along the
below.
bottom.
Oh, go get the slaves to draw my comics. Well, there you go.
The only one who slaves away is me, and by me I mean my fingers on the keyboard.
Oh, please. My heart bleeds.
And the only time I could have said something really dirty, but I stopped myself.
We all know you write your stories in your sleep, just like Carla's husband.
No, I'm not as good as him. So that guy's on a whole nother level. Like I'm good, but he's God tier. So
Well, I don't know. That's a strong word. That's a little strong word to say he's good.
Well, he's really fucking talented. Okay, so there you go.
I don't know how he does it, but the problem with that is that he goes to sleep every night. So, you know, he has been writing campaign number 18. I am still drawing issue number 2. You know.
Yeah.
He's ready.
Get it together and draw faster, girl.
What?
Yeah, I should.
He's
my
writing. What issue is he writing now?
No, he actually finished Green Reaper, but I forgot to tell you guys, with this campaign, we're actually including a spin-off. This spin-off is it's a story also about the Green Reaper, but it happens in pre-communist Russia, in which the Green Reaper is friends with Rasputin, the mad monk of Siberia. So it's super interesting story that also has to do with the 3rd issue. But those spin-offs are just more of my husband's ideas. He wants to put everything. He wants to make 1,000 books per campaign. If I let him, we will have been selling 5 books per campaign. I don't know.
You know what you have to do, don't you? You can't let him go to sleep. And every time he wakes up, he has new ideas. He can't go to sleep.
Like every time he goes to sleep, he could be like,
Mhm.
Yeah, I should.
Rob, are you still
like an
there?
air horn.
Get those air horns.
Rob muted himself. Rob,
No,
are you
he's
still
there.
there?
Yeah.
I'm here.
I should. Or maybe make him a very big black coffee before he goes to sleep.
I do have a question. Now, I know you as a writer, your book is adult. So where do you get your ideas from? Besides, like, I know some of it comes from your lifestyle, but like I imagine that you light some candles in your bedroom, get real nice and real nice and romantic.
Where's
And,
my saxophone?
Yeah, you turn on a little Yanni. Is Yanni romantic?
Fabio.
Yeah, it's
Got the
Fabio's romantic,
Fabio
right?
album.
Put
Yeah,
on a little Careless Whisper.
little Kenny G, you know.
Oh
and
God. Oh God.
Dave
Kenny
Cos.
G.
Dave
What?
Cos.
Excuse me.
And you start writing your book about bondage and BDSM. But Rob, is that how
You
you
had
get
me
in
in the first half, not gonna lie.
how do you get in the mood to write your story?
I think
Because
about
of the
how I can
mood.
help people from being abused. I think about how I can prevent people from getting hurt. And I think about how I can write something powerful that can change the narrative about a culture that's misunderstood.
You see there how he took it all serious.
Damn.
He's ruined my joke. Off my ear, Rob.
There's so many jokes made about it. There are no more room for any more jokes.
So you don't
No. What
when
culture exactly are you referring to, Rob?
The fetish community.
Ah, gotcha.
so you don't so you basically say, you know what, this could happen, and so I'm gonna make a story kind of warning about this happening.
I've seen it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen many people get abused. I've seen many people get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point of that series was to prevent people from putting themselves into situations that could lead to them getting hurt.
And it's a story that doesn't end too. Because the minute you think it's wrapped up, there's something else that could happen. Something else that happens.
I could go for 100 issues without breaking a sweat.
Wow.
Yeah. How about you, Randy?
What?
When you start writing books,
Segue.
when you start writing books, have you done any book? Your books have all been aimed at the industry. Is it to educate and help people?
Well, no, it's not. Not all of them have been aimed at.
Well,
the
not all of them,
industry.
yeah, but
just one, just an
Yeah.
angry little monkey. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a secret one you do about Scott, but we don't talk about that.
Well, that's, we weren't going to discuss that.
Varian.
I do think that when I started writing, I remember being told, and I wrote a story, and it was an origin story for a character, and I remember giving it to an artist, and they came back in like 3 days later, and they said, I'm not drawing this. I refuse. I'm not drawing this. I don't like it, and why do you want to have something so horrible happen to a character? It's not right. I'm not drawing it. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? And he says, well, I don't like the fact that she gets kidnapped and she gets abused. I don't like that, and because she trusted her teacher, and her teacher was a scummy guy, and he told me he wasn't writing it. He wasn't drawing it. He refused, and it made me think maybe I'm writing too harshly. Maybe I need to. Am I immature in my writing? And I guess for you writers, have you ever had an artist tell you, I'm not drawing that? And Carla, have you ever been given something where you're like, when you look at your husband and you're like, I'm not drawing that. That's
a very interesting question. Like, I never said I'm not drawing that, especially to my husband. He likes writing stuff like concepts and philosophy. So there's never that kind of stuff. But I have been freelancing for a while, and I have been getting a lot of proposals of different stuff, and I draw all of them. But I know, like, I have a lot of artist friends that they're like, oh, I'm not drawing this or that or this or that or this. So don't bother in commissioning me if you are going to ask me that. And I kind of disagree with that, because when you start being like, when you start censoring everything, that's where's the freedom, where's the creativity? And I understand that. Well, it depends. Of course, it depends on the story. If it's something that is gonna hurt somebody, I will refuse. But for example, in the case you were saying, a case of rape or something, it's not just because it's gory or something. It can also be a warning or a teaching lesson for somebody that is reading. Like, I don't know, it can teach stuff. It can help people understand also. I don't know, the suffering that is involved there. Like, I don't know, there's so much more stuff that it's not just for the sake of drawing it. And if everybody's like, oh, I'm not drawing that, then you start like banning stuff. Like some content is not able to be produced. And I don't see why not. Like, the only case in which I will refuse is if it's hurting somebody in particular,
Yeah,
that's another thing.
Yeah. I can understand that. I well, years ago, I was commissioned to do some artwork when I was in high school. A guy has what now I know is a furry fetish.
Oh
And
yeah.
he asked me to draw.
Oh.
He asked me to draw these characters. He paid me a king's ransom to do these pieces. Well,
They pay good.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Oh,
Yeah, furry and porn art pay really good.
Yeah. And I did it, and I put the the sketches.
Hmm.
I didn't throw away because I just didn't throw them away. Well, in my room, I had my bedroom. I had a locker. Just my parents bought me this red like room locker. It was like a regular high school locker, but just one. And so when I got older, I started putting a lock on it because that's where I would hide my pornography and stuff I wasn't
That's
supposed
where
to have.
that was your stash of weed.
Yeah. I don't smoke. I never smoked, but it was just I probably should. But there was one of the my mother could not stand the fact that I had this box. This locker that she could not get into because I had a combination lock on it. Well, she turns the locker around and I don't know how she did this, but she pried the little back, pegboard off of the locker, giving her full access to this locker. And she finds this furry porn art. I'm not at home. I'm at school. So when I come home, mind you, and I want to say my girlfriend at the time was with me. I come upstairs in my room, and all of these cartoon drawings are spread out on my bed. I'm glad you can laugh, Scott.
I'm sorry, but I'm cringing for you right now.
Yeah. It was, and I'm looking at this art, and I'm like, oh my God, and she wrote a note too, like, is this why God gave you your talent? So it's like now it's extra.
Well, kinda.
Yeah. It's like, well, I never smoked there. I never, and so this art is sitting there, and I'm like, people are looking at me like, because I think it was my girlfriend and a good friend of mine. They're looking like, and I'm like, you guys know the McDonald's I bought on the way home? That's from this. That's that cartoon porn money. And
all right,
that's
now,
that cartoon porn money. That's another
okay.
right
Now,
there.
now this brings up an opportunity for me to inject a real short story here, and I'm wondering if I ever told Randy or Varian, have I ever told you the story of the one furry commission that I got?
No.
All right, now I'm going to leave out all the naughty parts, but
Okay.
Bill will fill it in. I was at a furry show, one of my first ones, and I haven't done a whole lot. And I had a gentleman come up to me, and he was, as Varian said, he was willing to put down a king's ransom for this artwork. And I said, oh, great, that'll make my weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on to start describing this piece of artwork he wanted me to do. That's that cartoon porn money. And it was involving a horse and a fox and a cat and something. And
Talking about a barn party.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was
that's random.
And it was these 3 or 4 animals doing, oh, God knows what to each other and all kinds of stuff. And I'm listening to this thinking, oh my God. And as I thought, okay, I decided, all right, just disconnect yourself and just listen to it as a technical drawing problem.
So do you want the butthole to be 2 inches or 2.3 inches in diameter?
Nick,
But that's the moment when you realize that maybe I should study the animal's anatomy again.
Yeah. I had to take a PhD in anatomy. Anyway,
PhD in horse buttholes.
And as I'm listening to this guy and trying to technically figure out how I'm going to make this drawing work, I said to him, well, this part here where you want the tail to go around, can we have it so that the tail is pointing upward instead? And hand to God, he says, well, let's not get weird.
As opposed to everything else described in the picture. That was the thing that got weird.
That'd be too weird. Oh, yeah. So
that'd be like the person goes and orders 50 burgers and has a Diet Coke with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve
Exactly.
says,
So-
in my younger days, I said that I wanted to show zombies in the post-apocalyptic stories that die with their pants or underwear around their ankles. The artist would not do it. And then he says, I don't know
Talk
if
about
I
a
do
crappy
it.
way to die.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I don't know if I'd do it today.
Ralph says, never had those problems, but haven't dealt with anybody outside the arrow circle.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question.
Oh, I don't believe Ralph for a second. I know the road he's traveled down. He's just, come on, Randy. You know Ralph.
That doesn't explain the dead second cover that was really adult. So.
Oh no, no, not at all.
We don't know how many dead hookers he has buried out in his backyard.
Yeah, but let's not get weird.
Yeah.
Let's not get weird. Oh my God.
Let's not get weird. That is okay, that's a good quote.
So now I want to switch gears here for a second, back to Rob, because Rob's so quiet. I just have to bring him up. I don't trust him when he's quiet. Know what he's up to.
It's always the quiet ones.
Yeah, he could be out here building websites.
That wasn't nice.
No, that wasn't. No, we know he's not doing it. But I do want to ask him. You brought up a good point earlier. You touched on it with the indie comics and it being like mainstream books. And then Carla pointed out something. She said, they were saying that I'm drawing blanks too. Jeez, what is it? That maybe I did smoke. I don't know. That they just seen Comics Gate and just used it, and all of a sudden money starts pouring in. So we now know that that's the magic word to use. Matter of fact,
there's a lot of people where they hear Comics Gate, they start to go red in the face and think you're literally Hitler. So I'd be careful with that.
You know what they say, don't you? You know what they say, don't you?
What?
Randy beat me to the keyboard, right?
I know what they say.
What do they say, Randy?
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Carla, has anybody reached out to you and said, "Oh my God, how could you be?" Have they reached out to you and they got mad at you because you guys used the ComicsGate hashtag? Have they any of that?
There was one time, yeah, but when we first started, we pretty much got into any stream that would take us, and we were in one or two streams, like from anti-CG, or I don't even know if it was anti-CG or whatever, but it was not like CG.
Yeah.
And they backed us. Everybody backed us, and those were our first backers ever.
Yeah.
And then we went into a CG stream, and they refunded everything.
Okay.
But the problem is that we didn't know it was because of that.
Okay, here's the thing. This show was neutral.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could be anti-CG, you could be pro-CG, you could be... the only thing that I will not let... I do know a guy who wants to come on the show, and he's pro-Comics Code Authority, and I will not let him on my show because I'm going to cuss him out.
Yeah, that's wrap your head around that one, Scott. I saw you.
Oh my God!
Wait,
that's the thing?
Comic Code Authority. Yeah.
Really?
I thought that died out in the late 2000s.
Old rules.
Wow.
Yeah. I won't let him on my show because I know how that's going to end. It's going to end with me using words, and then the N word's going to fly out. And
you're going to use all the 4-letter words in your vocabulary.
It's going to be...
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
It's going to be that one. Rob, are you okay with the Comics Code Authority coming back, by the way?
Oh, sure. I don't want to write comics anymore. Absolutely. Build all the rules you can to kick me out. I'm all for it. Sign me up. How do I help them any more than I can?
Well, come on, Rob. Don't give in that easy.
We can always go to Rob for a quick jab.
Personally, I don't see why the Comics Code Authority needs to come back. If we're going to talk about mainstream versus indie, the indie's not going to abide by the Comics Code Authority anyway. So basically,
definition it can't.
It's all part of being independent.
Yeah.
So basically, we're just talking about DC, Marvel, maybe Image, or oh my God, I can imagine a Spawn comic with the Comics Code Authority on it. Oh my God. But anyway, so
really, that wouldn't be too difficult
nowadays. Yeah. But don't the big main companies have a rating system? Where it's this is for this age group, and it's like, see, comic books aren't still having.
Marvel's chased off their kids' books. IDW does those, and DC now has Black Label, which is where all their adult material lands on.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I'm all for creating an alternate imprint. Like I was really pissed when Vertigo went away, but that's a different discussion. Like you want to create an alternate imprint.
Is that number real? Is that number real?
Number's actually real. 1,426 people listening live.
That's a high
Indie
point
Vote Radio.
Project Access is the best comic ever.
And they are listening. Right now, we got Germany. We have Italy. We have
Guten Tag.
Yeah, we actually even have Africa in there. So
there's over.
We appreciate each and every one of you listening all over the world on
Definitely
Indie Vote Radio.
1,400.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sorry.
Wow, that is some reach.
Sorry for the salty language that we use.
That's what we get for having.
Maybe that's what attracted the readers or the listeners.
That's what we get for having Carla on the show.
That's probably
probably
right.
Yeah, she's definitely offsetting our ugliness factor.
Yeah. Well, they're on the radio; they can't see.
Hold on, let's see something. Let me see something. Let me watch the views. Hold on, Rob. I'm gonna remove you for a second. I'll bring you right in, back in. Hold on.
The tribe has spoken.
Let's see here. All right, I'm trying something here. I don't
seeing if the viewership goes up. Oh no! Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
That's
I was gonna say, if we could get rid of Nick, we might go up to like 2,000. What you think? Oh no,
probably.
You know I love you. You know I love you.
I was trying to see if we had two girls. I was trying to bring them both together and just be them, and then we'll watch the views. Just
okay. No more blowing kisses from Nick. No more. Just ixnay on the isk.
We're gonna have Ted says comics called there can suck a donkey. But let's
not get weird. Let's not get weird.
A donkey Dark Knight? Is that what he's saying?
We all have our own little fascinations.
Steve says, me too. A lot of my all-time favorites are Vertigo books, Not for Wussies, and in the late 80s, early 90s Vertigo books were Chef's Kiss. Mwah. Yeah. You know what? Some may go to college, but we think they're wussies. Why? They get all the knowledge, we get all the. So
I'll tell you what, I'm not spending $200,000 on a degree that will be useless.
Well, you don't have $200,000, Nick. It's a useless.
Not yet, anyway. I mean, I got to sell more comics.
So now putting out. Now, Carla, have you had anybody reach out to you and tell you, well, you're a girl, you don't know how to draw? You've been called a fake geek girl yet?
Oh yes.
No,
but it wasn't like that. It was like a weird compliment. I was on a stream once, and they were like, "Oh, so the artist is a girl. Oh wait, she can actually draw." Like, what the hell? Yeah, so
that is like the weirdest backhanded compliment.
Yeah, it's like a compliment, but it's whatever.
Oh, thank you so much. I was really hoping somebody would tell me that. Oh.
You're really good for a girl.
Look, sketches
like what
and movies at the same time. Wow.
Oh my God. What a horse's ass.
Yeah.
Well, this business still has a foundation in hardcore misogyny and social ineptness.
But you know what? I don't care. You know what? Like,
bring out the girls. Come on.
They're not going to see my face in the book. They're going to see my art, and that's enough. You know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Judge them on what they produce, not on.
Exactly.
I'm just trailing off.
I don't care how the artist or the creator or the writer looks. What counts?
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. Dave in the house.
Yeah, watching on Facebook. What gives, Dave? What gives, man? I need those YouTube.
Let me pose a question to Carla.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a favorite book or character growing up that you liked reading that might have inspired you to want to do comics yourself?
Yes, definitely, and there's no doubt. I don't know if you know her. She's Rumiko Takahashi. She created Inuyasha, created Ranma, Nibunoichi. She's a manga artist, of course, and she has been my huge inspiration all my life. Mm-hmm. I remember I was 10, and I bought like India ink for the first time in my life. I did a huge disaster, but a thing like this toll of papers and drawing and sketches, and I was so pissed at myself because I wasn't as good as her. I was just forgetting I was only 10 years old, but whatever.
You forgot you're 10 years old.
Yeah, no, I actually was like, oh, I'm never gonna be a good artist because my drawings suck next to this. But what the hell? I was a kid.
Did you eventually kind of come to the realization of, I don't need to be her, I just need to be me?
Not really. Not really. Like, yeah, like let's say that I just forgot about that in my teen. Like when I was a teenager, I forgot about everything, like the manga and everything. And then in my late teens, like 19, 20, I got back into it and I started freelancing and doing work for others. And I wrote my stories, and I have been writing in the past, but I quit writing because it was mentally exhausting for me. Like I really have a great admiration for writers because when I wanted to write, I was always like up there. I couldn't be like here in Earth, I was all over the place. So I don't know how my husband, well, he does it in his sleep, so that's
He does
why.
it in his sleep.
Yeah.
when he's up there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But then he comes down. I can never come down. That's
He
why
wakes
I
up.
quit.
It's like,
Yes.
Yeah, so many
yes.
artists have every artist has like a different approach to how they do their art, whether you're drawing, writing, or whatever. So it's like you can say how you approach your art and it may be valid and very much be valid for you. I can say how I do it and it's valid for me, but that doesn't mean it'll be valid for someone else. Someone can get
Yes.
tips from it. So it's very hard for artists to talk about how they do their art because it's like, oh, you do it that way? Oh, if I tried to do that, I wouldn't get anything done. So it's kind of...
I believe that artists, especially comic artists, are like magicians.
See,
Like,
he is love.
but no, I believe that people see them or us as magicians, like they always want to keep the mystery and the, oh wow, it's so amazing. That's the talent, but it's in reality it's not like that. It's just a lot of hard work, of practice, of doing it over and over and over again. Like there's no
a lot of
mystery. We use references. We watch things we want sometimes, right? Like it's not everything from the mind because we are like gifts of God that are
Well, yeah,
shining,
I think
mortals.
I think our talent as an artist, a talent is being able to sit there and not get too stressed out, or even being able to handle that type of stress of just looking at something, doing it over and over and over again until you have it and you know what you're doing.
For me, it's just I put it on like a certain type of music and just kind of just like I fully immerse myself in it. It's like I go into a whole different world and I just like vomit out masterpieces.
Yeah, but you know that.
I would say that's about right, Nick. Yeah, I don't think vomiting.
Yeah, but in school, for example, to some people, the teacher in art class gives them a white paper and they panic. They panic. I don't know what to do. What do I do?
Yeah.
They panic. Like, I always say this poetic thing, like the white paper is a reflection of what you have inside. So when you don't have much of an internal world, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to manage when nobody's giving you specific rules. I believe that's why people panic when they get a white paper. And that's what makes the artist a little different, because we have a lot of internal work. I believe that's my point of view. I don't know what you think of that.
No, that's a good way of looking at it. I mean, it took me the longest time to be more at ease with when I would draw and create things, because I was constantly comparing myself to my idols.
Oh yeah.
Or wondering if I was doing it as good as what they might do, and it's just terrible and struggle.
Yes,
for a long
exactly.
time. In the last 15 years or so, I think I've come much more at peace about that, much more at ease.
Oh yeah, because you find your own style. It takes time.
Yes, it's basically like I had to come to the realization you're never going to be Rod Serling, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Well, things like, like, for instance, with my cartooning, whenever I do funny cartooning type artwork, I literally, like I look up to you, Randy, a lot about that because I've always admired what seems like a fairly easy way for you to when you do cartooning, like with Spank and all that. And that's never come easy to me. I have always.
It's just basic shapes.
Yeah, I don't.
But it's always been difficult for me.
I will admit something. I don't like watching Randy draw because he makes it, especially
I
when
drive him crazy when I draw something right in front of him. And
Yeah.
Like, here's an illustration, and in 5 minutes, it's all colored and ready to go. And
that's true. Yeah.
He's like, "How did you do that?"
He's got like if put this way, if Roy Kroc was still alive, he'd have taken the speedy system that Randy's using, turned it to his own thing, and every artist right now would be using that. There'd be some place called Art Donald's, and yeah, and just pull up, get your
have a comic book printed for 50 cents.
Yeah. Germ said that Lola looks bored, and he sent her a donation. He is watching live on Indie Volt. Actually, he's watching on Twitch. So thank you, Germs. Appreciate that. Also, luckily, G Garrison isn't. Or Garrison G isn't.
We appreciate all of our Twitch listeners, also, even the demented ones.
Especially the demented ones.
At least he isn't watching.
And
I mean, who else
especially
is
the
crazy enough
dimples.
to go?
Yeah.
Everyone sends Lola. They send Lola a tip. They don't send me a tip. If you want to send me
You're
tips,
not
you
the
can
one
go ahead.
that's drinking.
Yeah.
All right, Lola. Unmute Lola. I know she.
Okay.
I love how all she has to do is just sit there and just look at the screen, and she gets all these tips. Good for her.
Well, it's awesome. Okay,
Yeah, it is.
Lola, we asked Carla what her favorite comics were growing up. What was your favorite comics growing up?
Oh,
Well, same.
After that,
Yeah, Lola, go ahead.
I knew nothing about comics growing up.
Hey, ye girl.
But what do you read now?
What do I read now?
Yeah.
Harley Quinn. I just got pretty much the whole set of Dazzler.
Awesome. The original Dazzler from the late 70s, early 80s?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
I'm only missing like 3 issues.
Did the comics dazzle you?
Oh, God. Nick, you did not say that.
I haven't opened them yet because I was told that I can't open them. I have to read them online.
No one tells
I'm
you
not
what
allowed
to do.
to open the first issue.
Why? Because why, Varian? Could you think it might be valuable?
Who knows? It's Dazzler. She could be big one day.
Well, she's probably worth a few dollars.
Yeah, it's not
Just a few.
Not all the way down to the. I think it's like issue 40 or something like that.
Well, we know how valuable Varian's opinion is on many things, so I understand.
Well, considering he's a person who can mute any one of us, I'd say it's pretty damn valuable.
I also.
And I read a lot of independent books.
Oh, excellent.
Are you going to read Grim Reaper 2?
You have to read Grim Reaper too.
I will. But any books we get,
Good plug,
I'm like the first
Carla.
one to read.
There you go. Great plug.
Good staying on top of the promotional efforts there.
I don't know if you're aware of it, Scott, but Lola has her own program on Wednesday nights.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh,
It's called Geekgasm.
Called Geekgasm.
9 p.m.
Awesome.
Where she talks about her perspective on comics. So.
Interesting.
Well, I would love to. I would love.
You want to get
Scott,
Geekgasm?
you're stammering.
Yeah, I am. I'm
I know she's good looking.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. That's at Wednesday at 9 p.m.
You can come on, Scott.
awesome. See, no, don't get me wrong. I'm happily married, but I gotta admit, to be here in the presence of Lola and Carla, I'm just. Oh.
Do I need to get you some Kleenexes, Scott?
Cold water.
I'll throw you into Lake Michigan. How's that sound?
Please do. I could use it.
I seen.
He's not too far away from Lake Michigan, too, by the way.
Oh, that makes carrying his heavy ass even better.
We have now Pat Koala was in the chat earlier, and he's going to be coming on with us hopefully very soon. Hopefully I can get him in here next week. He is one of the big wigs over at the C4 Comic Con, but he has a book coming out.
Oh, C4, you mean the Cherry Capital? Up
Yep,
there?
yep. He has a book coming out, so we're going to talk to him about that book.
Okay.
And we're going to talk to my screen decided it was going to.
Believe it or not, the Indie Vault schedule's been pretty hectic. So.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you start to become popular.
What was the quote that you just had up on screen? Who was that?
That was from Ralph.
Oh,
It said Dazzler was hot in its day, along with Howard the Duck, as some of the first direct marketed comics.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that was Dazzler.
Dazzler was direct marketed. I think Dazzler was the first major female that they direct marketed, unless Shayna was out by that time.
Yeah. No,
Shayna
Dazzler.
the
That was
She-Devil.
also one of Jim Shooter's brainchilds.
Yeah.
The one that brought that in.
Well, they created her in order to try to capitalize on the disco era.
Right.
So,
I mean, her power is literally disco anyway.
yeah.
Which was, man, a little weird, but boy, that was really well drawn. Was it Bob Hall drew that series, or
I don't
I'm
remember.
going to think
It
who
was a
the
long
artist
ago.
was there.
It's been a while.
Hey Rob, I was gonna ask Rob what his take on Dazzler was.
Rob back out?
No, he's here, but I wanted to ask Rob a question in regards to everything that he is going through. We joked about it earlier, but
we need to rotate out.
Well, yeah, I can rotate out. I can ask him a question. I can rotate out and bring him in.
Actually, before we start, real quick, I'm gonna have to scoot here.
Okay.
I gotta. So see you, sayonara.
All right.
Randy, catch you later. Varian.
Yep. Before you leave, you're going to be at Great Lakes Con here in a couple weeks down in Warren, Michigan. Pretty sure you're scheduled for that.
If I'm scheduled, yeah, I'll be there. I'm going to have to double check with Susan.
I did that con last year. It's a really good con.
Yeah,
you'll be at the Flint Con in April.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's April 18th.
That's your thing, isn't it, Randy?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Oh, it's good show too. Yeah, well, I'll try and tune in here before those shows come up.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Lola, good seeing you again. Nick, stay away from me.
I'll stay 80 yards away as per the restraining order.
Thank you. I don't want to put those handcuffs on you. The restraining order is,
I mean, I'm into that kind of thing, but I prefer to go to bed, not to jail.
Oh,
Jesus
God,
Christ.
stop it. I beg you, stop. Take your medication. Carla, it was very nice.
That's in a few hours.
Nice to meet you too, Scott.
Very impressed with your work. I look forward to seeing the books when I get a chance.
Awesome.
All right, we will catch you guys later. Rob, take care of yourself.
He's still out of the.
Yeah, I'll have him come in, and then I'm sure he'll say goodbye. All right,
Okay.
Scott, we'll see you.
Yeah, catch you later, guys.
Take care, Scott.
Yeah.
See you soon.
All right, there we go. So,
There we go.
by the way, Nick, that handcuff comment's coming back to haunt you, because Rob's in here now. So, when you now with the books you guys have, I mean, Carla, you got your book getting ready to come out now. This is the. Did you find that after you did that first book, the hunger in you, did you feel like it was you wanted to hurry up and get around to issue 2, or were you kind of like, I need a break? Did you take a break?
I'm thinking about it now.
You can't take a break now. No, it's too late. Can't take a break now. You gotta.
Now with the campaign running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's super exhausting. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie because you're not only drawing, you're also advertising, you're streaming, you are every day. It's constant work. Like, you wake up and let's go tweet, share, comment, talk to people. It's a lot of stuff going on. And also it's a huge pressure, I believe, especially for an artist, and especially when you are new. So because like, of course, everybody is like, oh, how good are you? So that pressure of like doing stuff that it has to be enough, it has to be good and better than the previous one. So like, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it, but one has to always balance things, because you can't, like my life right now is just waking up, drawing, going to bed, eat, sleep, occasionally take a shower. So
Spoken like
yeah,
an artist.
Yes,
yeah,
like an artist.
yeah, and so it's a lot, and it's very overwhelming, especially for me, because I have a lot of anxieties, but I'm dealing with it. I'm trying to control it. Like, I don't believe in victimizing and, oh, poor me. No, I'm still trying to find like the right balance. So I'm gonna try, like, do some workout in the morning, start the day relaxed, and then going to draw. I think that's going to make a huge difference. But yeah, like I believe, especially when it's only my husband and me who are doing this project. In other projects, there's a whole team, so you can, like, there's you can delegate. Is that
Yeah,
a word?
yeah.
Okay,
that's
you
the right
can
word.
delegate
Yep.
stuff. In our case, it's not much like that, and I also want to deliver quick, because we had that, like, reputation we built in the first campaign. I don't want to ruin it, like, but making people wait because they are expecting it to be quick, because we are super proud of
Yeah.
of how quick we are, but also I have to do it better than the previous time. But that is a huge investment of more hours of detailing the work, and sometimes it's not that you cannot draw better, but it's the time you put into it. Like, am I really willing to put a whole week in this panel,
Yeah.
So that's kind of, it's very, like, exhausting mentally, because you have to find that balance and how you're going to deal with the campaign. So I don't think I'm taking a break after Green Reaper 2, although sometimes I'm very tempted to.
I think you guys
Uh,
deserve a vacation, though.
I think, yeah, but like, we have planned Green Reaper 3, and it's not only issue 2 and 3 of Green Reaper, we also have the spin-offs. And so that's like 2 books in one campaign. So yeah, but I want to finish it, because then we have a lot more of projects lined up. My husband is too creative. He has too many ideas, and he's writing all of them. And then when he tells me what he wrote, I get so excited, and I want to do it right now. But oh my goodness, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But if you have to love comics and love drawing and love what you do to do this, because it's a lot of sacrifice, but it's totally worth it. As I told you, super rewarding when people reach to you and are like, I read your comic, I love it, I love this and that, and what are you going to do next? I'm waiting for the next volume. That's something that there's no price to pay for that. Like, it's
Right.
unique. Yeah.
Real quick, Rob. I know I told you that we would talk about one other thing too. We touched on it very early at the top of the broadcast. That's not professional. At the top of the broadcast, we talked about we both run sites. You've been running your site, indie creator. What was it? You started it as was it Written Sins?
Creators of Written Sins.
Creators of Written Sins, and then you switched it over to Indie Advocates, which sounds you know what the Advocator is, right? But you got the Advocator. You do a lot for indie comics, and then I had no idea about that when I started Indie. What was
Standards
that?
and
Standards and
practices.
practices. I had
The
no
Comics
idea.
Code Authority is coming for us.
Yeah, when I started Indie Vault, I had no idea.
They would, but they're dead.
About any of your sites, and I found out about them probably, what would you say, Lola, about maybe a week and a half later. And I remember telling her, said if I knew about Indie Advocates or your sites, I would have never started Indie Vault at all. it's just too much work. And Indie Vault is kind of even like the site so much. We just post like kind of like news updates, but I've kind of gone off into doing the the television thing with Indie Volt TV and the radio, Indie Volt Radio, and of course this show here on YouTube. And it goes on YouTube, Facebook, all those places. So you can get really, really busy. Um, sorry, Pokey. Yeah, I've never smoked weed. I probably should start. I want to see what happens. I might get as creative as Carla's husband if I start smoking weed. Just be, hey man. But Rob, we always say that, like, we talk to Mark Hodges, and we talk about if there's too many conventions. Can there ever be a situation when there's too many indie sites?
Sure.
And should we try to get like a indie site like union together on Facebook? Should we try that? Like, try to come together and maybe figure out, like, hey, I mean, we can't police each other, but at the same time, it'd be nice to know who's new on the block and who's starting what, so at least we can talk to each other and give advice. Hey, you probably don't want to do this, and you probably don't want to do that. I mean, I think you said it earlier. You got tabloid sites now.
Yeah.
And in a way, though, I mean, as effed up as it is, we do this, and it's like, I don't want to say this and come off as a dick, but is this what we deserved? I mean, think about how normally we get in our little, knitting circles, and, like, it didn't happen for me when I started my first company, and all these guys stole money from me and stole supplies, and I'm paying rent on this office, upwards of about $1,000 a month. When I couldn't pay people for the work they had done, they talked bad about me, and rightfully so, I guess. I couldn't pay them, so they were upset and they talked about me pretty bad. There were no sites at that point. No one would have gave a damn. I was a nobody at the time. Now I'm bigwig. Now I'm
you're big time.
And now I'm big time. They don't talk about me
all
anymore.
four with your over 1,400 viewers.
Yeah, 1,400 listeners, not viewers. Viewers, listeners, Indie Vote listeners. They rock. But
they do.
What do you think that we need sites that, because like I was told before, don't cover. Something bad had happened. I forget something. Somebody did something, and I was told you shouldn't cover it because Bleeding Cool covers the bad. You need to put the good things out there, and that's what I do at Indie Vault. I try to put the good stuff out there. Do you think there's a room for the reverse?
To answer the questions, yes, there can be too many, but the audience takes care of the too many.
Mm-hmm.
They weed them out. As far as having the reverse of something like Indie Volt and Indie Advocates, I think that if the site wants to take the liability, let them.
Yeah.
They're going to get into liability issues, ultimately rushing to stories and trying to be TMZ of indie comics. And that's not the first site to ever try to do it. Other ones have done it before. Here's the little secret that me and Variant understand. It takes a lot of work to do these things. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of energy to make these sites, make these programs show up. I have seen many people come and go. And when I first started Indie Advocates, the first thing I thought was, I'm going to do something no one else is doing right now, talking about indie comics. And someone's going to come along and do it better than me, and I'm going to be able to throw all my support behind them and be able to go be a creator. I've seen a lot of people try to do what I've done, but a lot of them quit real quick when they realize no one gives a darn about what we're doing when it's selfless. They just care if they get promoted.
Right.
So no one wants to do it all. No one wants to set up these things that are going to take their time. So the dirt sheet, I guarantee you a dirt sheet site can make money beyond our sites because more people will show up. One of the biggest stories we ran in the last couple of years was when we took on Marcel Dupree, and we never took him on to get site hits, but we got site hits for that. But meanwhile, when I talk about charity events where people can help cure diseases, I get not even a quarter of the vote of the views, and that's just humanity. That's how humans are.
I mean, it's kind of a big reason why clickbait journalism is as big as it is right now, because everyone wants to see, Ariana Grande tripped on some ice. 2 million views. But like, oh, Ariana Grande gave $500,000 to a charity.
Yeah.
Nick, don't spread
5,000 views.
don't spread lies. She never gave any money to anyone.
That's the actual clickbait right there.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
But
Don't.
she's
don't
tripped
lie.
on plenty of mice in her time.
Just because you like her videos doesn't make her a good woman. Okay.
But here's the thing, though. Like,
Touche.
what I noticed for Indie Vault, and what I think anybody who's starting a site should take time to realize, is that if you're starting a site, you better figure out what side of, like, I've been, and I know Rob, you can say the same thing. I've been yelled at about who we cover. I covered, like, I've got books to review. I've got anti-CG books to review and pro CG books to review. And I'm terrified that if I give a CG book a good, like, hey, this book is good, I know what's going to happen. The SWAT team is going to rush right at my driveway, kick my door in, because I'll be doxxed, because I gave somebody a good review because I like their artwork. I like Carter's artwork, and so if I'm like, hey, this artwork looks great, the next thing I know, here comes the SWAT team, kicking in my door. So I think when you start a site and you're gonna cover indie comics, and we cover more than indie comics in Indie Vault, we cover indie wrestling, we cover indie music, but our focus is comics. But I think that you have to figure out, a way you're gonna do that, and a way that's going to be new and different to the readers, because we have the same audience, but we have unique styles in how we cover the information and disseminate information. And you are a lot more on it than I am. I know when news is breaking today, I was in the market, filling plums. That's not a euphemism for anything. I was actually filling plums. I was squeezing actual fruit. I didn't want to buy.
Shit!
Yeah, see, I didn't want to buy soggy plums. They're disgusting. So
You're not doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Whereas, by the time something breaks, Rob's already posted it, wrote an article about it, and he's moved on.
Yeah, Rob's always on this shit. He's
yeah.
good like that.
Yeah. And then I found too, Rob, that a lot of these indie guys, we don't promote ourselves. Like, I think that's another thing. Like, some of us expect, okay, I drew the book, I went to a con. Why haven't they found me yet? Why am I not famous? Why is no one reading my book yet? And because we don't promote outside of, going to a con, or maybe going to our local comic book shop and taking a picture of our book next to X-Men and posting it on Instagram with #winning.
And getting 3 likes.
Yeah. Yeah. I got 3 likes, man. I'm hood rich.
Hood middle class, maybe.
Yeah, Rob, what are you doing at Indie Advocates to push indie books, though? What's the secret that you have? And you're gonna tell me, because I'm gonna use it for indievault.com. What's your secret?
Go for it. Make a show called Crowdfunding where you talk about everyone's crowdfunding projects. Make a show called the Indie Comic Indie Comic Vention, because you can't say Comic Con anymore. Fuck you, San Diego. So you make the Comic Vention Highway, where you do a forecast about where all the creators are going to be every weekend. You do a show called the Indie Know at the beginning of the week, talking about all the things that are coming up this week and all the new stuff that's hitting the different shelves. And on Tuesdays, you do interviews with different creators talking about their projects.
Okay.
I think you two need to team up and start making some shows.
No! I'll tell you why. Because first of all, I watched Rob get drugged into. I watched Rob get drugged into something today, and it wasn't his fault, and he got dragged into it, and he had to, and he showed a ridiculous amount of, in my opinion, of restraint, and not saying what he wanted to say because Rob knew that now he was put in a position where he had to say something about a situation that he didn't want to talk about, not yet anyway. And now he showed a tremendous amount of restraint, came on the show, wanted to clear the air, and hopefully he has. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like I think the last thing that we need is last thing we need is a site that talks about is a tabloid site. Holy shit.
I'll be on it a lot.
Lead site.
I'll be on it a lot. The Indie Perv found at a comic convention with his sign again, saying free hugs and spanks, giving away stickers that said I got spanked by the Indie Devil.
Well, you do have those stickers. I mean,
I
it
actually
wouldn't
do,
be
and
a
I'm
lie.
giving it out. I just gave one up this weekend.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening all the time now.
You do have those stickers. Carla. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have to introduce you to Rob this way. No, Rob is a good guy. He'll probably. I'm pretty sure he'll cover you on you and your husband on Indie Advocates because he does a lot for indie comics. Always talks about
Sounds
the books.
awesome.
I knew Rob. I know Rob already. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like me except white. And
Okay.
and he has a beard. That
yeah, he
too,
has a beard.
so.
He has a beard. I barely grow in this.
It's probably the only reason I like him, but still.
What is that? Yeah, but he has a fetish agenda. They tell us so.
And he doesn't rock
I kinda
that
noticed.
coonskin cap.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't wear the coonskin cap. He should.
No one doesn't like the coonskin cap.
Yeah, someone like the coonskin cap.
Apparently not.
So yeah, now Carla, I have a question
It's
for
fake coonskin, by the way.
you. Yeah, it's not real coonskin.
It's not real.
It's imitation.
Yeah. So, I won't say that. Carla, you as a female, now at some point we gotta have you come on Lola's show. Especially, I wanted to make a comment too. There was when Lola said that she'll read your comic, you blew her a kiss, and I think every guy was like this. We're like,
every guy was like getting close to the monitor a little uncomfortably,
you
maybe.
can hear us all breathing on. They're all mouth breathers, all of them. Yeah. Will you go on Lola's show at some point? I mean, she's always got I was gonna say she always has openings, but that comes across really bad too. So,
I mean, honestly, anything someone says can be misconstrued any way they want. So just go for it.
Yeah, that'll be on Twitter tomorrow. That'll be on that site. Oh yeah, Varian says Lola has openings. Wants Carla and her husband to fill Lola's openings.
Well, you guys are married, so it's kind of guess what you guys do.
Yeah. Oh, Grant's a swinger. There we go. So it's like, what? I didn't.
Indie Comics wife swap.
This got a little weird.
See, yep. See that? See, it'll be horrible. I'll be.
I mean, hey,
How dare you?
as long as everyone is consenting, I don't care.
You know what those shows need to do though. If you want to have an Indie Comics news show, it opens with this.
The popcorn you're eating has been pissed in. Film at 11. No!
That's how it should open. That's how every show should open.
Now that is some piss poor popcorn.
Yeah. Would you be interested in going on Geekgasm, Lola? It's basically this show but with all females.
Sounds great.
I will have Lola set you up for that.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And two,
Of course.
you can actually talk without being bothered by me and Nick and
Harassed by all of us.
yeah, harassed by all of us. I'm on there sometimes. I'm trying to get off. I'm trying to get off.
I'm sorry, my mind is perpetually in the gutter.
I'm trying to not be on that show as often as I am. I would like to sit behind the scenes.
All right.
Nothing. That's but now I'm
Sit
using
behind
horrible
her?
English. Yeah. No. See, look at you, Nick. Go away. I'm joining up with Team Scott. We're gonna pick on Nick forever.
Fine, bring it. More attention to me.
I do want to say again, Lola. Yeah. So, Hashtag Nick Needs Meds. That's right. It's on my Facebook tonight. Hey, listen, everybody. Thank you. I want to thank everybody who's watching too, because if you've seen those questions earlier and you want to get your question on, you can do so by going to Indie Vote Live at indievote.com. Please include Indie Vote Live in the subject field. Please keep those emails to 90 words or less. Also, you heard us talk about it. Right now, we're up to 1652.
Really?
Ooh.
Oh, that's great.
Worldwide.
That's a
1652
record.
listening.
That's a
I
record.
think that's because Carla came on. I think
We
that's
will
why.
never reach those numbers again. I guarantee you.
I hope they all back the Green Reaper too. Then.
Yeah.
Well, bring
yeah.
bring Carla on. You'll get up to
we're
2,000
gonna
next
need
time.
Carla on more often. I think.
Yeah, we're just gonna start sending her and her
Alright.
husband messages like,
Congratulations, Carla. You're now
Oh
an
yeah,
official
next
full-time
time
co-host.
we have to bring my husband so that
Yeah.
he can tell you guys about his writing methods.
Yeah.
Yep. We need to interview him about that. for
Oh, the
sure.
husband on. You probably got to hit 3K.
Yeah. We got everyone with Indie Vote Radio, and if you don't have Indie Vote Radio, it's really easy to get. You can take Indie Vote with you wherever you go. Introducing Indie Vote Radio, the perfect companion to our official website, indievote.com. Indie Vote Radio plays the best in indie music, entertainment, news, and more, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can hear music from talent like Chemical, Park Squares and Alleys, Dims One. Download the Indie Vote Radio app on Android's Google Play Store, or listen in with the streaming app on iOS. You can also check out Indie Vote Radio by visiting our official site, indievote.com, and utilizing the built-in player right there on the front page. And while I'm still basically plugging Indie Vote stuff, might as well move on to Indie Vote TV, which is, I never had a perfect segue for that ever. But I don't. Indie Vote TV is the over-the-top streaming service available on Roku and coming very soon to Amazon Fire Stick and more. Stream independent movies, music videos, wrestling, original documentaries, and more on Indie Vote TV. And did I mention that it is 100% free? Find Indie Vote TV by searching the channel store on your Roku device or Roku-enabled television. Whew.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a mouthful.
That's yeah.
Wow.
So I want to thank you guys. Before we go though, we're gonna start with Rob. We'll go to Nick, and then we'll go to Carla. Where can people find you at online, Rob? Yeah, Lola said everywhere.
They can find me on indieadvocates.com at the Global Digital Comic Con, where thousands of creators are supported and showcase their works. You can find out what tale the Indie Devil's working on next at theindiedevil.com.
Are there any other websites you want to promote before we
He owns the entire internet. We'd be here from here for the next 10,000 years.
them all.
Yeah.
To get your gossip, go to theconcrud.com today. My newest edition.
Nick, where can we find you online?
Well, wherever Rob. I'm kidding, Rob. I love you. But no, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. I basically kind of segment it into the company page and then my comic book. So search Project Access on either Instagram or Facebook. Should pop up. And then also search Phoenix Press on Instagram or Facebook. The address next to my name is for my Instagram, where I do post semi-regularly.
Semi-regularly.
I get bouts of laziness. What can I say?
Pseudo regularly.
Yeah, let's go with that.
And Carla.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah, your turn. Go ahead.
You can find me in Twitter. I am Carla_Tornielli. Yeah, I know it's complicated. Hope you rewind the part. You can find me on Instagram as Wildcat Comics. Well, I'm gonna open a YouTube soon. I still have to open it, but soon, coming soon.
All right.
And
yeah,
course,
and don't forget to check the Green Reaper 2 in Indiegogo. Back it. You're gonna love it. Do it now. Go. You can do it. Click.
Do it.
Open.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Back
Do
it.
now.
Back it, and back it again.
Just do it.
We're gonna put the link in the video description, and we'll also talk about the book on Indie Vote. Like we'll keep bringing it. We'll even check in on it. As the days
Awesome.
roll on.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Make
very
sure that
much
you-
for
you
everything,
cro-
guys.
we wish you only the best. It looks really good.
Now you have to
Thank
do me you got to do me a favor.
Yes.
Since I know that you are able to speak different languages, you have to entertain me and say, you This is Carla, and you have been listening to Indie Vault Live, the comics most educated panel. But you have to say it in
That's
Spanish.
long. Okay, I'll try. Ok, esto es Indie Vault y estás escuchando well, Indie Vault en vivo, el panel más educado de los cómics indie.
Yes.
Yay.
You know we're gonna come to you now whenever we want to have a different language in the comment. Hey, how can I say this?
Of course.
So if you wanted to do like a Spanish language promo, you just go to her, pay her $200.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I need help. We got Simon for the we got Sim for the French, and I think that's what he's so
French.
And then you got at Lola
Carla
for
for
Italian,
Spanish.
and I've got Rob for anything that's gonna get me in jail, and
Nick for the bullshit, Nick for the puns and the bullshit.
Me for Ebonics. We're all covered. Randy knows all kinds of stuff.
We're a regular motherfucking rainbow.
I just know comics history and all sorts of useless stuff. So.
Speaking of comics history, Randy, you just did a induction video to the Indie Comics Hall of Fame.
Indie Comics Hall of Fame. Yes, I had the pleasure of inducting the first inductee there, Mr. Will Eisner. So
that's right. Beautiful video.
I just posted that video over on the Zim Geek site yesterday. Yeah.
Which is where people can find you. Tell them where they can find you, Randy.
They can find me there at the Zim Geek. That's all one word. Over on YouTube. I am always on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll be doing the Grand. I'll be doing the Great Lakes Con here in a couple of weeks, February 21st, 22nd in Warren, Michigan. Then I'm throwing a show here in Flint at the downtown Flint Farmers Market, April 18th from 9 to 5. Everyone there, of course, is welcome. It's in a farmer's market, so there's lots to eat, lots to see. Admission there is only $5. Then again up in Saginaw at the end of June 27th. We'll be up at the SVRC Marketplace up there doing the same kind of thing. Nice, fun little party for $5 to get in and enjoy the day at the farmers market. With
we have to get
lots of stuff to eat.
We have to get Carl and her husband to a Comic-Con at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
We'll get up to the Flint. We'll fly them in from wherever they're at to Michigan so they can do the Flint show. Lola, where can they find you? I know they can find you tomorrow.
They can find me tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow at 9 p.m. with Geekgasm. Pretty much find me anywhere you are. There's my pretty logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, look for him. I'm always there with him.
And then of course me, which is Indie Vault. I try to stay away from that though, and my responsibilities here. Last Call Comics. You can find me on Twitter, kid_V. You can Facebook me. You can send me email. Send all hate mail to IHateRob@indievolt.com though. That actually is a working address. I don't know if people know that or not, but
so what if people want to send you like a gift, like a gold bar in the mail? What's your PO box?
The gold bar they want to send me actually can come. I'm not giving people my address. They can dox me. They got to work to dox me. You got to work.
I mean, you can always open a PO box in like butt nowhere.
Yeah. So, and remember, if Rob upset you, send an email at IHateRob@indievolt.com. Send them
if I upset you, you can kind of go fuck yourself.
Yeah. See, Nick's next convention will be
Monroe Pop Fest actually. So if you want to tell me you want to hate me to my face, I'll be at Monroe this September.
And if I haven't upset you at this episode, just go back and watch an old one. I'm sure.
I'm sure you'll do it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will. That has been our that has been our show. I want to thank everybody for coming on with us. It was a blast having you all. This has been an Indie Vault production, still not owned by Disney, but we are available. And I will sell Disney so damn quick.
They'll pop $500 million into your lap. You'll be like, yes, sir, yes, daddy.
Oh man, I'll put those mouse ears up on here so quick. Yep. Oh my goodness, you guys have no idea.
Varian and I will be back Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Breakfast Buzz.
Well, we apologize for everything we did today.
I don't. I regret nothing.
What did you say, Lola?
I said or things that I say on Wednesday.
Yeah. And covering up for you about it. Don't like it. All right, everybody. We're gonna roll the intro. If you guys want to hang out, you can. Until then, though, everyone watching live.
Rolling the exit.
You're rolling. I'm not touching it.
I'm rolling. You're not touching it. Don't touch it.
They see me
go.
rolling. When we're
Thanks
not
a lot.
rolling.
There we go. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks Indie Volt Radio. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.